So we have a very passionable bodybuilder, okay? This is a breaking story. This bodybuilder was actually a female at first, and her name was Nalia, if I'm saying that correctly, Pasha, okay? But his now new name is Iran Pasha, if I'm saying that correctly, right? So this is a transgender person. He was a female at first, then transitioned to a male. So this is nothing new in the bodybuilding realm or in the realm of life in general. But we are seeing more and more people who are transgender coming out to the public and to enter competitions that they were never supposed to be in the first place. And they're breaking barriers. They are striving for greatness. They are showing people that it is possible to accomplish anything if you put your mind to it, essentially, right? So, at 6 years old, Pasha, or Nalia, did not want to wear female uniform to school and insisted on wearing male clothing. Okay? The journey was not easy for Pasha, but at the age of 18, he went through major surgeries that allowed him to begin to identify himself as a male. So at the age of 19, that's when she began her transgender operation. Okay? So I'm guessing she got her female counterparts removed and or replaced with male counterparts, okay? So that's a big thing when it comes to male anything, is to look like a male and to act like a male. If you're gonna look like a female on stage, you might as well compete in a female stage. But Pasha's dream is to compete with other males and to win, to strive for greatness. And he is doing that exactly today. He is winning shows, he is entering competitions, male competitions, and winning pretty good. He's in the top 5 in most competitions, so he's really doing a good thing. In 2017, Pasha began training for TRANSGENDERS, but was denied eligibility because of his age. So in 2017, he or she tried to compete in the TRANSGENDERS, which I'm guessing is the Federation for Transgenders in the bodybuilding sport that allows them to compete, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure. It says the world's only transgender bodybuilding launched in Atlanta, giving bodybuilders the moment. So yes, it's a bodybuilding transgender sport, but it's not as big as the other top leagues, high-ranked leagues out there, such as the IFBB and so forth, right? So, now fast forward to 2019, Pasha has appeared in the leagues such as the IFBB, the International Health, Sports, and Fitness Festivals, the IHFF, and he has appeared in multiple shows with top 5 finishes and 3 over the years. This includes a first place finish in the IHFF in 2020, so first place finish in 2020, and a silver medal at Musclemania in 2018. So being a female and being a top winner, or a top 3 winner or top 5 winner is just a huge accomplishment as a female in the first place, because transgenders don't have the biology as a man, nor do they have everything like a man, like the male characteristics and strength and power and so forth. So in order to, become a man, act like a man and stuff like that, she has to take drugs in order to have these male features, right? The strength, the voice change, the building of the muscles and so forth. So that gave him the opportunity to start developing muscles and to suppress the female genetics in order to, look like a man and stuff like that, right? But at first, Pasha was competing in the female categories, but later transitioned to the men categories when he was able to, because that was his dream. Pasha continued to train as a bodybuilder and compete on stage in men's category. His story is an inspiration to those who have been told they cannot do something or reach a goal. Pasha is a living proof that it is possible. So whether if you have a disability, whether if you are going through changes, you know, as in your gender identity, or whatever the case might be, if you literally put your mind to it, you can achieve anything. And that's what we've seen over the years, you know, since the internet has been, you know, available to everyone. Everyone can put their words out there and in hopes of getting something from that. And that's what Pasha has done, you know. And I see other people out there as well that has a disability, that has went on stage and so forth. So, you know, this is nothing new as well. The transgender community entering other gendered sports isn't a new thing. It's actually a ongoing issue, especially with the Olympic sports of things, because it's kind of it's unfair. It's a disadvantage for those who are actually made in that gender versus those who transition to that gender. Okay, so a female to transition to a male dominant sport is much harder than a male entering a female dominated sport. You know what I'm saying? So, for instance, we have the Olympics not that long ago, and we had a transgender male as a female enter a female Olympic sport, right, in competition, and she won. She won the first place. She won the gold medal. However, the mayor or judge or whoever declined that accomplishment because they found out that he is transgender. He is now a female, but in reality, he's a male. So, if you just think about it, the biology of a male is much higher than a female when it comes to sports and performance and things of that nature. So he had a higher advantage to win because of his power output and just everything in general. But for females, it's much harder to enter the male dominated sports because you don't have that power or the output as males do, even though you are taking drugs to make yourself a male-like person. It's not the same. It's complete the opposite, actually. It's, you know, it's not the same, but it's just very inspirational and motivational to hear that people are doing anything in order to become a male and to enter competitions that they are dreaming of in the first place, you know. And I gotta give props to this person, you know. Male-dominated sports, especially in the male bodybuilding competition, is very competitive. Like, it's very competitive, right? You need to take steroids, you need to work out very hard, you need to stay very consistent, you need to have strong willpower in order to do so, in order to participate in this type of sport. So for this female to endure such conditions is just applauding. You know, it's very it's crazy, it's wild to think, you know, females can endure such things. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are female competitions and stuff like that, and females can get as big as males, but you know, it's just baffling to hear that, you know, people are doing whatever it takes in order to break their barriers and to get known and to showcase, you know, what is possible. And whatever you have in mind, whatever your dreams are, don't let the negativity bring you down, or the public essentially bring you down because of this stigma. And yeah, but do I agree that transgender people should compete in the opposite gendered sports? You know, that's a big issue in today's age. It's a big issue for many high-level ranked competitions, such as the Olympics and just the Olympics, essentially, right? And probably other sports as well. Like, you don't want a male entering female, like basketball or soccer or anything like that. But when it comes to bodybuilding, I don't see the issue, other than if you're a female entering or if you're a male becoming a female and entering the female categories. I can see that being an issue because you have the advantage over them, as in building the muscle aspect and stuff to that nature, even though you know, females also take steroids. That still, in my opinion, doesn't top the male biology of everything, because males are just dominant in the first place, and when you take steroids on top of that, even if you're a female, you're still going to be suppressing everyone else in the female category. You know what I'm saying? But for a female entering the male sports, if you're taking steroids, you're still not going to top the male competitors that are also using steroids, because they're going to be one step above you. You know what I'm saying? Because their biology is just higher than females in general. So you know, that's a good discussion that I want to see from you people. Let me know what you guys think about transgenders entering opposite sports. And do you think if it's ideal? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's hurting the sports industry? If so, why, and how can we fix it? Because I don't see a fix for this. I don't. Because, I mean, if this guy was allowed to enter male competitions, I don't see the issue, because since you allowed him, I don't see an issue for males entering female competitions. Even though what I've stated earlier, yes, that is a huge issue, but since he was allowed to enter the opposite gendered sport, is this a norm now? Is this a introduction to those who are wanting to enter opposite sports? Is it being allowed? Is it being endorsed? Is it being embraced upon? You know, that's a very good question. I'm not quite sure. But there are federations for transgender people to compete and to participate, because I guess there's certain policies that that restricts them from doing so. Let's see. Let's look up transgender IFBB. Let's see. Oh wow! So we have a powerlifter and a bodybuilder named Janae Kroc. Okay, so yeah. Let's see. Bodybuilding Reddit. Let's see. You know what? I don't think there is anything regarding restrictions of transgender entering, you know, because when you're taking steroids, for females especially, when females use steroids, they develop male characteristics, you know, deeper voice, just a lot of male things will start to be developed and to be appeared, because that's what steroids do. They make you more male-like. So I don't see if there is a restriction for transgender people. It's a very good question. I don't know. All I see is just a powerlifting. I see nothing from the IFBB, so I'm not completely sure. But yeah. But 2015, Kroc came out as transgender. Let's see, personal life rewards. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about. Doesn't say anything about. It says nothing about bodybuilding and restricting females or males to opposite sides of the sport. So, I guess that's the answer. I guess you are allowed, since steroids ultimately does affect someone's biology to a certain degree, you know. But even still, you know, for a female, you cannot suppress a male's biology. But yeah, that's my input. Thanks for watching, guys.